the political impasse in the United States. And by the way, all we really have here is what? A ceasefire, a truce? That's what we have. I would think, I'm looking, I think a lot of the population is looking, and certainly the rest of the world is looking at what are the odds of getting a grand bargain, whatever that is, by the middle of December, given everything that we've just been through? Do we think they're high? No, the rest of the world doesn't think that. And I don't think it. So I think the risk to the global economy is, as Jared said, we have really taken out a significant amount of growth potential this year from the U.S. economy.
Strictly from a politics standpoint, Republican Party lost rather decisively and very predictably, given the course that they chose to set out on, which was to take a winning hand, which was to have the administration stuck with a continuing resolution with sequester cuts, and decide, amazingly, to swap places with the hostage, right? I mean, they said, like, let's save the sequester, let's say, save everyone, and like put us on the hook, and they put themselves on the hook for 3 weeks, and where they spent every day begging the president to talk to them, when all Democrats had to do to win was to do nothing. Right, and just let Republicans stew. So that was a big loss for Republicans. To Dr. Tyson's point, big loss for the country. I mean, there is we'll see what the domestic GDP hit is, and we'll be able to look back at that and measure it. I can tell you, having spent a lot of time with global market participants and central bank governors and officials and finance ministers this past weekend for the IMF World Bank meetings in town. The difference in views at how these officials think of the United States from my time when I was at Treasury Department. We used to, we'd go around the world, and you'd walk into central bank governors' offices, 60 countries in the world when I was at Treasury, right? We'd go in to talk to central bank governors and finance ministers, and what they wanted to do was to be like the United States. They so admired our voluntary tax system, our entrepreneurship, the way we, inspire, a dynamic economy. Right? This is the way they would think about the United States and want to be like the United States. No one wanted to be like the United States of what they were seeing, right? It was like, how do we not be like the United States? And in fact, over time, what we need to think about is how can we distance ourselves to the United States? Attaching ourselves to this train is not a great bet for the long-term future. That's what they're thinking today after this episode. So it is a huge hit for America and our standing in the world as economic actors.
I'm not sure that the reputational damage thing matters that much. I think it does lead to finance ministers kind of making fun of you at meetings like this IMF meeting. But I would still rather have this dysfunction and these debt limit fights than be in the Eurozone, for example.